to say this. Whether Tarzan wins or loses here, he's going down in style because that Guinevere skin looks clean. It looks good from the side view. Let's take a look at the emblems, though.
Yeah, you can see on the Ohio brothers, you know they're looking to close this early. Look at the amount of speed, agility boots, quantum charge on their side. They're looking to get around the map, close the distance on the top and the bottom to try to get these ganks to feed best player early.
All right, so up in the top, wait, a little bit of action at the blue buff. Super Shark trying to defend as Cold World tries to harass. Cold World in a slightly bad spot, though. Tarzan comes in, was able to take that knockup. Level 4, the Violet Requiem shreds them apart. First blood for the side of Avalon. Looking for more. Tarzan will go down. It's 1-for-1 jungler for jungler.
I mean, on one point you have Avalon, a great answer to the early game, able to get a kill, but I mean, the greatness of Shark, see that, get an opportunity, not gonna let them go down without a fight and a kill of their own.
Man, if only he was able to get away from that. It would have been a great start, but still, we're seeing the possibilities, right? We're seeing Tarzan with this Guinevere pick, kind of a ode to Blacklist. We've seen that in the past, you know, a little bit last year, but nothing that ever really stuck. Occasionally a team picks it up, decides not to use it again. But Tarzan, we're trying to rock more with it, moving on Shark here. We'll get the Requiem, the knock-up, and Shark goes down. Demon picking up the kill.
I want to say such a great counter for the early game of the Ohio brothers. Avalon doing great three-man rotations in the jungle, even when it comes to kind of out-rotating and catching Shark if he leaves himself open while trying to get vision. Is that going to be enough when it comes to some of these objectives? We're about to find out.
And here comes the neutral objective. Tarzan still not there, gonna try to come in. Player will take it though. Big knockup, best player goes down. Demon picking up the kill. Milo in a little bit of trouble. Tarzan on the chase though. Decides to lock onto the camp instead. Unable to find Hoon there. Shark pops the hook, but Avalon are gonna eat up some jungle here. Maybe move on to the orange buff next. Up in the top side though, Zia is getting the better of Basic right now.
And this is what we have seen before. A good job by Avalon to go, oh, we have an engagement.
A little bit of damage. Tarzan in trouble. Decimation comes in. Best player able to finally put a kill on the board. Looking for more. Not able to connect just yet. Cold World slows him down, and Demon should be able to get away from this. Best player looking for it. The knockup comes in. Demon in trouble. Doesn't have the ultimate and goes down. Best player now sitting at 2-2, evening the scoreboard.
And that is unfortunate just when Avalon had the lead. I was just about to say they have a great and commanding lead. A much different game than we saw from the last. We can see here, you were talking about it, Zia, independent of the team. We have an engagement, and Colro getting very, very low, but is able to find himself some safety. But I was going to say, you mentioned it before, Zia, we've talked about it a ton and lost breath over it. Zia can still be successful independent of his team and how they're doing in the early game.
Most definitely. And with Avalon, though, I will say this, it doesn't seem as bad as the last one. It's only an 800K gold lead for the Ohio brothers. We're only at 4 minutes. In the first game, it was literally like 1,000 gold lead every minute that just kept raising. This time, Avalon is keeping up. And with the CC that Tarzan has, with the CC that Demon has, with Cold World as well, kind of like Dave said during the draft, they kind of have a way to break through a little bit, because the Ohio brothers do. They're relentless. I think they know that they can just beat them in these fights. So Avalon needs to find a way to just slow them down a little bit.
Well, the problem is when you start slowing them down, you're going to lose the advantage that you had on that Guinevere. And they're trying to take advantage of it, trying to make something happen here, almost to the point that they might be looking a little desperate now, because there's a very few minutes here until it starts falling off. If best player is still more successful, you're going to have a tough time using that Guinevere. Oh, Divine Judgment.
Oh, that's bad for Cold World. It was a stolen Divine Judgment. Cold World able to just get away, though. Shark able to get it, but with Avalon before kind of holding over the turtle pit, now TOB have taken it. Rama's still there. Tarzan unable to get it. Best player secures the objective. No members down on either side, so that's at least a plus for Avalon.
Yeah, and a big pop-up there by Avalon. Demon just unfortunately not at that point where he's able to one-shot the Ohio brothers. He caught 3 members in that, and possibly a shadow of things to come for the Ohio brothers.
We'll see. Now, let's take a look at the gold lane, though, Basic. 0-0. No one's really been hanging out there. Normally, there's always a little more action up there, and this time, both teams have just kind of been letting them do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, but now, I mean, you do have a nice little duo up there for the top. They want to protect. I was going to say before, I mean, Wanwan is one of those that you need to protect. Her early game can be trounced by a lot of the marksman heroes, so they do have support up there. But what that does is leaves you open around you. The patience of the Ohio brothers here come in and going to go ahead and clear out that mid lane.
Yeah, TOB just kind of holding down the map. Here comes a conceal play. Cold World doesn't know what's coming. Does finally get him. So they're able to stop that, because every time you see a conceal play, it's like heart starts beating. We think a play's coming.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and try to zone him out. You can see some engagement.
Hook comes down. Basic off the map. Cold World in a bad spot in between 4 members. Shark going to try to lock in. Enough damage is dealt into killing spree. Goes into the hands of best player. Make that a tower as well.
And you can see, I mean, already they have a tower, and you can see on the other side, Mielo already cutting lane. But Avalon doing, instead of rotating lane, instead of coming there 5 seconds afterhand, they are doing what they're supposed to and taking advantage of what they can and cleared out the Ohio brothers jungle.
Yeah, Avalon still unable to take a single tower yet. The Ohio brothers have broken down the top spot. Tarzan looking for the knock-up. Zia in a little bit of trouble. They get it. They find it. That's a good kill onto the gold laner of TOB. But now Tarzan in a bad spot. Milo with the final slap pushes him against the wall. And that's it. Milo finds the kill. Promise now in a bad spot as well. Needs to try to dash away, but it's too much damage. Gets the shield. Can he escape? And the Flicker able to find it. Demon looking for the knock-up. Rough Waves put some nice damage on a Shark though. Promise, why did you He goes down 2 for none.
I just poked his head. Is it safe yet? There were still 3 members there, and then you basically nixed all that was done to try to find you an escape. The frustration starting to show on Avalon.
Yeah, nice Divine Judgment. Still not enough to take out Milo, though. He misses the final slash. Gonna dash in. Crossbow Tang goes off, but still not enough damage from Basic. Basic's gonna try to chase him down. Tarzan able to stop Milo in his tracks. No, able to stop best player in his tracks. Can they get the finish? Try to turn things around in their favor. One more hit. Demon finds it. The shutdown. Put a little bit of gold into the pocket. It's 2 for 0. Avalon finally coming out on top in a fight.
Possibly a little bit of a mistake there made by the Ohio brothers, but now Avalon trying to capitalize on it, tying up the score basically.
Oh, we knew that was going down.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of crazy is how quickly they do it. And there was a conceal play from mid. Oh, they might be walking in a trap, but Shark realizes, man, he's just got such a great game sense to know when there's certain bushes and where most likely the enemy would be.
And look at Cold World. I mean, Avalon's trying right now, man. They're being patient. They're sitting in these bushes. They're looking for marks, looking for pickoffs. But like you said, at the game sense, from essentially all the players in the Ohio brothers, they always kind of know where you are. They always know when it's Cold World going to try to find Shark here. And at this point, it's a good knock-up, possibly a good kill. Basic able to find it. He needed that one. Zia in a little bit of trouble, but able to get away. Tarzan not able to get the finish, but still Avalon coming out on top once again.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to answer around better. And especially with the pressure that they have in the early game. Still getting some of these picks, it's just they need to be able to transition these kills into objectives, into towers, or it's not going to matter as we start going into the late game.
And speaking of late game, you know, we're crossing through the mid game right now, and I say it all the time. Paquito has a great mid game spike, and it looks like Tarzan does too. Looking for Hoon here. Can he get the final shot? Milo trying to help him out. Spress comes in. Tarzan now in trouble. Best players here. Maybe a bad pickoff. Decimation comes down, and Tarzan is taken out.
Yeah, and then off screen, able to take down Azia as well. Demon in a little bit of trouble. Mortal Coil.
Oh, a lot of damage. Best player will be able to get the finish there. Lord going to be coming up now. Well, this is happening. Promise is able to take that tower on the top side. So Avalon are at least still making plays across the map.
Yeah, they're making plays across the map. They're able to kind of tie up the gold lead, but what you don't have is the pressure in the jungle. Towers are down, and Avalon's jungle is just wide open for the Ohio brothers to take advantage.
All right, so Avalon, do they fight for this? Tarzan looking for a position up on the top side. He's going to work at his orange buff as the rest of Avalon are going to kind of move around the side. Do they just give up this Lord here and maybe go for a tower instead? That's what it's kind of looking like. They don't want to try to force this fight, and with that, First Lord will go over to the side of the Ohio Brothers. Hopefully they get something in exchange here.
Yeah, and that's ultimately, and you can already see yellow already sensed it is going to go ahead and spread out there. So they don't contest the turtle. They waste probably, or they don't contest it in the objective. And in the early game, they have they're running the risk right now of that Guinevere starting to fall off. Now with a non-luminous Lord charging up at the top, you can see here by the gold right now, 7K on Martis on best player engagement now.
I mean, literally, Cold World tries to go for it, gets pushed back, but wait, the knock off the Petrify. This is a chance for Avalon. Cold World looking for something. Crossbow Tang goes off. Unable to find best player, though, because the damage still isn't there. That's the problem with Wan right now. It just takes too long, and they don't have the time right now. TOB doesn't want to give them any. They've taken down Basic, and now the Ohio Brothers still up. Lord still coming towards Avalon.
The patience of Shark on that Franco to hold out on that suppression until best player was just narrowly on the edge of death to go ahead, lock down Basic, and earn the Ohio Brothers a kill onto the enemy marksman.
Oh, Cold World, Immortality pops. Demon tries to come in to save the day. Cold World able to just get away there. Tarzan as well, Bazia chasing him down. Promise now onto the other side. They're just like tagging him. All right, you run away, you run away, you run away. But one of them always keeps getting stuck. Luckily, Avalon doesn't take a death, though. They stop the Lord before it hits an inhibitor, but it's a 4K gold lead for TOB.
I mean, not as overpowering of a game as we saw with the first two, and I owe that. I mean, haven't been a big fan of the Guinevere in the jungle, but man, Avalon is executing it the way they need to. It's just the rest of the team. They need to kind of find that pace. She's starting to fall off. We're getting to a point of no return here. Only left to the high ground towers, waiting on the intensity of the Ohio Brothers to keep pushing into your base.
Most definitely. Avalon's starting to group up a little bit now. They're like, all right, we really got to just group up, look for the play to happen. Cold World hasn't really been able to get a huge divine judgment yet. It seems like every time he tries to go in, best player's in his face like, nope, 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 just slapping him away, because that's the way those skills work, and it's kind of a pain at times, right? And he's using it so well. Cold World needs to find an angle at this point, use that flicker correctly, get to the backside, find Zia. I mean, at this point, find anybody, right? Because even just taking one person off the map is a huge win for Avalon.
I mean, we have a little bit over a 3K gold lead. We were talking about it before. Not as unending as the first two games. So Avalon still have a great chance. It's just right now they're starting to get refused jungle. Conceal play out for the top.
They know the Demon's there, though. They go in on a promise. Demon leaves him. He hightails it out. I thought Demon was going to go for the setup or something.
My friend, he just let him go. He knew that there was nothing more that he can do, and that's going to go ahead and set up this Lord for the side of TOB.
All right, Tarzan trying to slow him down a little bit. Here comes the conceal play with Cold World. Oh, he walks into the final slash. They had something waiting for him. Best player finds the Lord, and they're looking for more. Milo able to go down. Basic able to pick it up. Tarzan looking for Zia. Can he get the final hit? It's 1 for 1, 2 for 2, make it 3. The Ohio Brothers do go down. They find a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to help right now.
Demon and Basic tried their best. Basic got ahead of his tanks and ultimately got taken down, and that was a huge amount of their damage. Avalon fighting for straws right now as a Lord coming through mid, and they want to defend it, and a wide hook there by Shark.
All right, the Lord crashes. Best player going to get that final hit onto the tower. Cold World on the wrong side of the wall. Might get caught off here. Luckily, Knockup comes in. Demon looking for the Venus Rough Waves. Promise, able to get the final hit. Best player goes down. A nice delay to this Lord push, but the Ohio Brothers are going to decide to back off. They got what they came for. It's only 14 minutes in, and we've breaking an inhibitor.
I mean, it's 14 minutes in. I dare say this is probably one of the longer games we've cast here today. So for them, it's a long game. Hook comes out.
That's bad. Not only a hook, but the Divine Judgment with the IMU. Tarzan taken out. Let's take a look at some of these items.
Yeah, as we have the items here right now, you can see Hoon already has, I mean, he's basically two from full build. Oh, hook lands again!
Another one. Shark is everywhere, man. I don't even think the hook, whoa, wait a second, they try to respond. Shark flickers away. Avalon unable to find one there. Seal play. Shark wants to keep playing. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. Promise, gonna get locked in. Milo,
final slash
once again, and Cold World Basic taken off the map. Avalon are getting laid waste upon right now. The Ohio brothers relentless in their charge. Demon will be the next target. 3 members off the board. Nothing but promise and Cold World to face against the Cold World.
And now we can see 3v5. Is this going to be the end?
This might be it. Tarzan gonna get taken off. They do have one Canyon. It might be all they need because Promise will be next. They're gonna take them off one by one and then take out the Crystal.
Game 3 going to a very dominant Ohio brothers.